All right, everybody, Daniel, it's a very beautiful day, and today I have with me Kimberlyn and Dras Francois. Today we're going to be reacting to the pains of the nation, actually, because basically everybody's talking about this. If we fail to talk about it, then it would definitely look like we've lost a pinch of humanity left. So it's normal for us to, grieve with the people that was abducted by, uh, I think, Fulani headsmen or militia or whatever they might be called. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and possible ways we think that this situation can be handled, not just for these people only, because it has happened repeatedly. This is not the first time it has happened. It's not the second time. It's become a routine, and a lot of community people have left their community in search for, a safer space to live. So that's me laying the background of everything. So I'll start with Dras Francois. You know, what do you think is a possible way the government can do this? Because we can scream all we want, we can say all we want. Probably maybe they don't have the right idea or don't know how to tackle it. Probably maybe they don't. Maybe they are just short of ideas at the moment. There's how you're overwhelmed with, circumstance. It's how you're overwhelmed with happenings. You understand? And you, for a moment, you don't just know what to do. It happens. Even for a human being, it happens. And moreover, there's how noises from people. People are talking to you too much. For example, we were going to during this campaign period where they were doing all this consultation. So I happened to be close to a person who was aspiring to be something. So we went to one village to go and do a town hall, different from Balablu. So on our way back, it was late, convoy driving now. It was a very nasty drive. So the driver, I don't know, for some reason, was driving recklessly. I kept on telling him, look, slow down, slow down, slow down. So it became worse because the more you shout at him, the more he's not able to control. Do you understand? So there is this tension when people are talking too much. There are a lot of noises. These ones here are bombarding you. This side is bombarding you. It makes you don't even know what to do anymore. So I realized that the more we shout on this guy, say, "What are you driving?" The more this guy will carry us to Interbush. Till one guy in that bus was like, "Let's not shout on him and let's leave him. Let him do. Let him drive anyhow he wants to drive. At least let him just take us back home." So I feel like there's an atom of that, attached to this. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that that's the case, but I'm saying what a normal human being feel when there is pressure, the power of being under pressure. Do you understand? So what do you think, Dras Francois, before we go to Kimberly?
Sorry, what's the question again?
The question is, what do you think is a possible way we can permanently stop this Fulani militia and all the kidnappings that is going on in the country?
It's hard to say, really. While you were speaking, there's this song which was banned in Nigeria some time ago by Idris Abdul Karim. Nigeria, Jaga Jaga, right? So there was this line where he said, "Armed robbers came to your house, they no take money, they no rape your wife, went straight up to your bedside and shot you down, And then he said that na political armed robber be that, because which armed robber we no want money, which armed robber we no want jolly, So when you look at the way these things are, you bring it to the Nigerian sphere, and you see that these people kidnapping, some of them demand for ransom, but some of them absolutely don't.
Yeah.
They just want to put out the pictures or the videos or something, and I think they are targeting the minds of people, the minds of Nigerians. They are trying to send a message. And however, their message may not be so clear yet, but one thing is certain, that it is politically motivated. The kidnappings, most of them, the abductions, it's politically motivated, because when you kidnap a victim, the right thing to do is to demand for ransom. But when you come and then you're beheading the person, what exactly are you looking for in that case? because there were no negotiations going on in the first place. It's not like you have said, oh, you've stayed too long, nobody has responded, so I'm going to. I mean, you just kidnapped this person. The next day, we see a video that, oh, the principal, that be the teacher, was beheaded. So it's politically motivated. Now, the question we should be asking is, what is the political motivation behind it? And since it is politically motivated, who are those pressing the buttons necessary to make these people able to do what they do? Because some of them actually have been apprehended by the Nigerian military in conjunction with the police. Yeah. And when they have been captured like that, we see the rifles, the ammunition that these people have is not locally produced to start with, which means that there is an influx of this ammunition to them. Someone supplies it to them, and it's not something you can just source locally from Chad, for instance, or Niger. It has to be some foreign international power to do with it, and it has to work within systems inside the same government as well. So I believe that the government is factionalized to start with. There is a faction who is agitating for whatever they want, which I cannot say because I do not know. Okay, so I know that that is possible. And to say, how can we stop it? I think we can look at it rather from a systematic point of view, like that, to understand the root cause. That is the cabals or the people behind this thing, and understand exactly what they want, first of all, and tackle it from there. I am very sure, as a matter of fact, that there are moles in the Nigerian government. There are moles. The Nigerian government, the security systems, most of the places have been compromised, all right? I am sure of that because of simply how we see things pan out. These people have intelligence, because otherwise we should have been able to, capture all of them by now. But they have such intelligence that they can avert a capture. They can, leave a place before, we
even get to reach them.
And then another thing is the police. I was reading up the other day, and then I think we're talking about like 300,000 or so servicemen, in the police or in the army. But the point is, we are greatly short-manned. We are short-staffed, we are short-manned when it comes to the police, when it comes to the military. So, and how many local government areas do we have in Nigeria? 774. And each of these local governments have no less than at least 10 schools, even in the most interior places. Have at least 10 schools. So we are looking at thousands of schools in the federation. But let's cut down, because we have most of these attacks concentrated in the northeast and in the northwest. So even in these places, we still have hundreds of schools there. If you place 1:1 or 2:1 in terms of the police or the army, it still wouldn't be enough, to secure these schools there. So the presidency had talked about the issue of a state police some time ago. And while some governors have, embraced it more or less, some other people had pushed back a bit, like Governor Zulum in Borno, where most of these attacks even happen, and you wonder why, and what was the excuse that, it could lead to more political rancor, or just, I feel, trivial excuses, right? So I feel that a concrete way would be to reinstate our servicemen, right, our security forces, by incorporating or establishing the state police. If the state police can be decentralized to the state, and then each state now has their own, they control the police in their own state, I think it might be better, because at the end of the day, these people, as organized as they are, they still adopt this guerrilla tactic to warfare, in the sense that they are also a part of the community. When we talk about Fulani herdsmen or the bandits, let's not forget, it's still people in the community. You have to know the place. They would have had to integrate in the place. They would have had to understand the place in order to be able to attack the place. So it's not like these people are coming from Europe. these people are a part of the society, which makes it more difficult to tackle because it's like the other day, I'm digressing a bit right now, but there was a news about someone who killed in Creektown,
Can you bring
Calabar.
that your mic down a little bit?
Okay.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
okay.
So in Creektown in Calabar, some days back, a young man was apprehended and he had killed personally, single-handedly killed 30 people, alone in Creektown. And guess what? The greatest shock of this thing was that he was a part of the community. So nobody could have even suspected until they started noticing that not one, two, three, over 10 people, 20 people, 30 people had gone missing. And then investigations began. But the greatest shock was that he was a part of the community. So it's a bit more difficult, right, to tackle these people because they are a part of the community. Which is why if a state police gets established, you would understand more. It would come down home to the grassroots where we can know that at the end of the day, these are still people within us. So I think that's one aspect to deal with it. Another aspect would be to perhaps foreign international intervention, right? Which has been going on. At the end of the day, we also have to place this thing side by side. Because the other day Trump had tweeted that kudos to the Nigerian government because with US and Nigeria collaborating, they were able to take out second in command of ISIS and all of that. And there was some pushback from the media as well that no, this man Nigeria, there had been a statement back in 2024 that same person had been killed and all of that. But then we've also had people say that, which I tend to believe more, that these people, of course, they could use different aliases. One person could pose and say, oh, I'm the person or something, just to protect the core leader, that kind of a thing. So I feel like with more and increased and sustainable foreign partnerships with perhaps the US and other governments, we would be able to tackle this, especially in terms of the sophisticated weapons that we need, right?
All right, so Kimberly, what do you think could be done? I admire why he's singing, but I'm gonna come back to that though. So Kimberly, what do you think?
Okay, first of all, I think whoever is the president of this country should step down. Yes, because I see like it is deeper than political advantage. Yes, I feel like it has to do with religion and politics. Because the Islamic religion, they're trying so hard to overpower the Christians. Because it's not Christians that are killing each other. These people are not Christians. They are not. Okay, tell me why you should go to a school and abduct 46 babies. When we say children, it's looking like they've grown. 46 babies. They don't know anything. They don't understand anything. And these children, they are taken to one place, tortured, maltreated, for what? It's deeper than politics. It's deeper than politics. Are they using them for rituals? It is deeper than politics. Okay, now they've left the north because most of these things to happen that time in the north. It's no longer in the north. They're not coming to the west. From the west now, it's not the east. From the east, where are they going? It's not south. So I feel like the president that values cow over human being should go back and berate his cow as a Fulani man or whatever. I don't want to know who he is. But the only way to solve this problem is 2027. We should choose right. Because whoever is in power right now is not helping us. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. He does not care. The wife is not, at least our patient then used to come out and say, there is God, oh, all these innocent bloody people are killing, there is God. At least the first lady used to be very compassionate, like as a mother that knows the pain of labor. You have given birth, you brought somebody to this life. You know what it is to raise a human being. 46! It is too much. These people are children, like they don't know anything. So the only thing we can do to just let it be like, oh, Nigeria, once upon a time there was a country called Nigeria, insurgency, insecurity, killing, kidnapping was too much. That was then. Thank God now. Let us have someone that has conscience, That's the only way to get rid of all of this. As long as he's still in power, as long as this 2027 election will not favor us, favors them, this thing will be worst. So the best thing is to do something about this election that is coming. That's it.
All right. Moving back on what Dras said. To me, I feel it's deeper than political rancor, should I say political saga? Because when we say it's a political thing, politically motivated, maybe to make it look like the government is not working. This thing did not start today. Oh. Remember, did not start today. It stems back to when, in fact, this is the particular thing that drove Goodluck Jonathan out of.
Power.
Yeah, this is what they even used to campaign about him. So, could we say that it is the same political, structures that we're fighting in Jonathan that is still fighting now? So, would we say that that one was politically motivated when Jonathan was there? Because to me, if they ask me, I would say it's the people who want to move him out of power. If we are talking about, it's a political thing, I would say that, okay, fine. The people wanted to chase Jonathan out of power did this. But now Jonathan is out. The people that wanted to chase him out are here. And this thing is still there.
How do you know that it's the people that wanted him out that are here?
So, who do you think... That brings us to the question now. So, if it is neither the people who wanted to take Jonathan out or people who are not even interested in power, so what do you think they are either interested in?
Exactly. Why are they doing it?
If we go religious, you say, oh, it's religiously motivated. At the end of the day, it still ties down to politics. Because let's say it is a jihad movement. Muslims want to take over or something. Then we can as well say that what are they taking over for? It's still power. It's only when you have enough power that perhaps you can make everybody succumb to you, to your pressure.
Is power even enough?
And all of that.
So the question now is...
again, we have a Muslim ticket in the person of Tinubu and Shetima. So there has never been a time in this country that the Muslims have been so greatly favored in terms of the presidency like that. So which is why I like to think about it on the different sub-angles that could possibly be. You do know that when Nigeria is in rancor, for instance, as some people are even looking at and say, let Nigeria disintegrate and all of that, there's no country that just breaks away and then things just align immediately. Some countries never get okay again. For instance, DR Congo is not the same anymore. South Sudan, especially South Sudan, is not the same anymore. Gaddafi's country, what was it called again? Libya, is never the same again. Before now, Libya, you all know the story. Libya was a very great country. Education was free for all. Top-notch education. About 90% of the population were educated by the government. There was a lot, and then there was foreign pressure, to push Gaddafi out. Until tomorrow, Libya is not okay. But underneath the rubble of the war, people are still drilling the oil in Libya. People are still making the money off of Libya's ruins. So if Nigeria disintegrates now, it doesn't get better. That will not be the end of whatever we see is the issue. It will only favor some class of people more. Note that in every war, people stand on the receiving end to make more money. That's what happened to America. They became the world power because of Second World War. Currently, Dangote is making so much money now. Why? Because he's even exporting jet fuel to more countries than before. Because of the war with Iran, the Strait of Hormuz closing and all of that, fuel generally, globally, has the scarcity of it, especially jet fuel. And he's importing more of that now. And he's making more money when there is crisis, So I think at the end of the day, what really drives the world? Money makes the world go round, people say. There are people who are making money because of insecurity in Nigeria. And I think it transcends just religion and just politics.
All right, so let's even move away from the political and religious part of it. Let's talk about the government, who are supposed to maintain law and order. So understand, if the government looks and says, see, these things are affecting my citizen. Who are these people doing this for money and power? Do they not have the power? He's the chief of armed forces. Like he has the right to say, every army in the town, move to the bush. He has the right to say, in fact, from civil defense to customs to everything, seize whatever you're doing, make sure you go to the bush and fish out these people. He has the right to deploy everything. If Nigeria is in a war today, you will not tell me that they are going to allocate some people and keep some. When war starts, they will normally use the resources you have. It's when the resources
are not enough.
Yes, that's when you have that. But the problem now is that we are not even using what we have.
How are we sure we're not using it?
Because there is nothing. We are not seeing anything.
The resources are clearly not enough. All right, which is why the resources are not enough.
What part of the resources is not enough? Is it the
manpower is not enough to start?
No,
with.
see, the problem here is that even the army are complaining about. I watched a video of armed people that were shooting, and the commander was saying, don't waste your ammunition, don't waste your ammunition. But definitely, they are wasting ammunition, so they are shooting at you. Bro, if all it takes to give the country a safe place, people a safe place to live in the country is to waste ammunition. Bro, waste ammunition. Bro, waste ammunition. What are you using the ammunition for? If war breaks out today, will you not use that ammunition? This is how war starts. When these guys take half of Nigeria, it has become a war. It is no longer Fulani militia. We are in a full-blown fucking war. So if we do not see it as a war, this will not end. You will not tell me that this is how Nigeria fought a civil war. Nigeria did not fight the civil war like this. If they did fought it like this, they would not win.
You know, the civil war was more.
This is a war. Forget about civil war. But this is, we are in a war. Until we see that we are in a war, nothing will change.
Yeah, that's right. Until we tell ourselves the truth that this is war.
This is a war. This is a very big war. But the problem is that they are trying to micromanage. That's why it's escalating. It's just like you have a wound on your leg. Instead of it to go to the hospital, you now try to cover it or do it, make it look.
So what's the best alternative?
Is the president to give his order?
That's what I'm telling you.
Order for what?
Let me tell you something, Dras. To me, I feel. Let's look at President of America.
Trump.
So let's look at Trump. There was a problem at Israel-Iran. What did he do? He deployed. Tell me how many times have you heard that they deployed this? Have you seen any news that they say they have deployed so to go and fight? Where have you seen it before? Another thing is that even if you are doing all of this and you are not giving us feedback, you are doing nothing.
You've not done anything. What if it's camouflage?
That is why I'm telling you. Learn from the President of America.
The President
Every
of America
single week, the Department of War comes back and give an account of what they have done. They will use that and say, we have shut down Iran. They are almost going down. We have done this. We have come out and tell us that you have done this. They cannot tell us because they are not doing anything.
But you do know that the citizens of America are very disgruntled with Trump right now. You know why? Fuel in America has gone from $3 to $6.
Now let me tell you something.
People are actually living.
There are two categories of people in America. We have the Democrats and we have the Republicans. So this is like a two-faction people.
No, it's
like a two-faction.
Affects people in
yes, it affects people, but they have their aim. See, let me tell you something. America stands and look like this war with Israel is going to affect us economically and strength-wise because they are the war power. Do you understand? And they already counted their losses. They knew they were going to face that repercussion. So they went.
It's not even going as they planned to start with. Strait of Hormuz is still not fully.
Whatever is going on with them is none of our concern. We are just looking at that and we are see.
And if someone is accountable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at the accountability and how they are taking the bull by the horn. We know that if we do this, of course we are going to face some back. Of course, like for example, now you kill the ISIS, they are going to fight back, right? We know we are going. Let it be that we are also killing them and they are killing us. At least we all know that it is because
trying.
you understand. We know that it is because we are doing this.
But it's on the when you see stuff like that on the news,
What if
we disregard it
what if
because
it's
No, we don't disregard.
Nigeria has been recording some successes.
They don't record any
Pockets of
success.
it. That's the
They
problem.
don't. See, the
So
problem
when you
is
say there
let
is
the Minister
no
of
success-
Defense. No, this is what I'm saying. Let the Minister of Defense, the same way the Department of War comes out and give a press statement. We have neutralized Iran's
Can you use
boats
English?
cruise.
Okay, so the question is, how do I know this thing?
That's what I'm
And they
saying.
Don't seem to, because it's public
That's what I'm
knowledge. It's on the news.
It's not on the news. These
So
people have not come out. These people have not come.
See.
The only news that we get is this is why when America comes out and say we have killed ISIS, our people is like, why is America the first people to break this news?
Yes.
That's why people are surprised. Say, why is America the first people to break? Because we should have.
Who
See,
broke the news?
it's America.
Trump tweeted.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's even an unofficial channel. Trump has always been tweeting. He's a Twitter person.
But if Trump did not tweet it,
You don't have the
I
same
swear to you that these people will not say nothing.
Why would they not say that?
Because Trump said the first one, they did not say. Trump said the second one, they did not say. It's always Trump before
So
the media says.
the question I'm asking then is it about the fact that who reports first, or is it about the fact that success has been recorded?
The problem is that
important thing is that success has been recorded.
then how do we know? How do we know that the success has been recorded? That's what I'm saying. That even if they are doing something, it's not on me now. It's on you. Like if you are doing something to help the people, you should come out. Let the people know that you are doing something. It gives them a kind of. For example, now you are with my phone. You're with my phone. I give you my phone to repay, and you don't pick my call for 1 month with my phone. Where I give you to repay. No, now I'll be worried. This guy don't carry my phone. No.
I don't
But
know
if you pick my call, if you pick my call and you're like, oh, I've fixed the one of the cameras, it's only the mouthpiece that's remaining, I'll be at ease. I'll be like, oh, let me wait for him to fix the mouthpiece. But when you do not even, it means that you don't have anything to say.
Because nothing is happening.
That's clearly.
Because
Now
nothing is
I understand
happening.
that over the years, Nigeria, in one aspect of Nigerian leadership, has always been the inefficiency. I have to agree with that, of the information sector, because I feel like if these things were, like you've pointed out, clearly pointed out, like I think the information sector, whoever is Minister of Information, is not as proactive as he should be, because for real, you have to be someone that you keenly look for this information before you find it. If you're just there, you will not find it. I keenly look for it. That is why I know. But you see, if this Minister of Information, if the information sector were more proactive, it should have been information that people would just generally find. Now, I look for it and then I find it. But it shouldn't necessarily be like that. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying that, I cannot say that there has been nothing done whatsoever. Because I've come across pockets of information, verifiable information, right, where there has been some success, at least some apprehension, some killing of the bandits, some here and there. It's never enough. It's not enough compared to what happens.
I'm sorry.
But at least compared to previous administration, we can say that okay, at least something is going on.
Okay.
At least.
Okay. That I'm going to leave these students. I want to just bring in something. But it has a lot of relationship with what we were talking about. That policeman that shot that guy at the motor park, Mine, because of that gun. Please, what is the information about that police?
I don't know, but prosecution is ongoing.
What kind of where, how, where is it?
Prosecution is ongoing. That is not a national. I think that it's like that is because I don't know. There's this thing about the way Nigerians would normally think about it. I feel like this guy has been just we love jungle justice. Let me
For a government that has so much backlash, and people are trying to discredit whatever you feel you are doing, and you are sure that you are doing this work, and people are trying to discredit you, what you should do is to document what you are doing. For me, I buy Pepsi, come give you, say I don't give you Pepsi. I buy him the second time, I say I don't give you Pepsi. The next is for me to carry my camera. I say I don't buy Pepsi, give this guy. Now you will not have any reason to say again that I did not buy you Pepsi. So if every time that I buy you Pepsi and you keep saying that thing, I don't say it, means that for real I have not bought you Pepsi.
Okay.
So for a government that has had so much backlash, the least you could do is to give the people a symbol of hope. Show them that, see, look, this thing that you people are seeing, it's a normal thing for the government.
No.
Even a speech from the president. Has the president come out and give a speech for these children and say, oh, we have heard about the abduction of the children, we are sorry, they're working on it? Nothing.
Yes.
Apart from yesterday, no, he has not. Apart from yesterday that they say they have deployed people, which it came after a whole lot of ranting from people. Do you know that the bags of those children were still in the classroom? The bags of those kids were still in the classroom where they ran and left. The books were still open, which means that nobody has even gone there. Even the police have not gone there. Because if they went, they would have carried those books as evidence for investigation.
Yes.
Nobody has gone there. As at last week, I think SS2. That should have been 2010. Bro, there was a robbery in front of our school. Like, thieves were chasing bullion van. Bro, they were shooting just in front of our ghetto. They were shooting gun. I understood the fear of being a young boy, and you are experiencing that kind of, like, teacher ran away from us. Teacher jumped the window and left us as kids in the classroom. In this white book, ask anybody that was in 18th Institute, 2010. If the Melo was here, spiritual was here, he would have confirmed what I'm saying. Teacher ran out of the classroom. He was teaching. All of us were running. Somebody would run. I remember that if they should go and lie down on the floor. Yeah. My brother, I said I lie down. As I lie down, I just heard say, I saw another person jump and lie down. So they say, hey, tube Mekong. The guy's name was Mekong. I say, hey, tube Mekong. So I don't feel like that guy. I lie down. They have shooting. My brother, I said I was running. So now I'm thinking about the trauma, because today I cannot forget that.
Yeah, some of children.
And the worst of it that the police are not helping. See, this thing, I feel like this thing starts from, it's a corruption problem. Because let's assume that there are people who have the vibe to be in the armed forces. Like, they have that spirit. They can give up their life for the country. But those people do not have the privilege of serving in the army, police, customs, or any, because of corruption. Somebody will bring his cousin to put there because he has connection. Then the main people that have the zeal to do this work don't even have the job.
Trashed. Yes.
The main people that are supposed to be in the office to strategize on how to solve the insurgency cannot even get there.
Get the puzzle right. They are not.
There are people that are just naturally endowed with the wisdom.
Yes.
You understand? To draw formation, to draw things, to fight these things. Yes. But they have that natural zeal to be in the army or to work with the armed forces. But they are not granted the opportunity to do so because of no man. Somebody will bring his cousin because your father is a general or something. They'll carry you and put there to stay there. How do you think that person, if they are killing you in community, you think that person will come out and fight for you? No, he will not. He will run because he doesn't want to be there. Yeah. He's just there for the money. So we need to look at the recruitment process of these people. Are you sure that you can lay your life? Another thing is that there's a money they pay you as an army man or as a policeman. And you know that if you die today, your family is safe. Your wife and your kids are okay. And you can lay your life for the country. It's not for giving your life for a worthless country that will not give two fucks about you. Look at the general that they murdered. How can you die for a country that you know that if you die today, your children and your wife will suffer? Do you know what it means for you to die as a Nigerian, as an American military? You are a symbol of honor. Bro, they will take care of your family and your kids. How can you be an army man? You know that if they kill you now in the army line, that your family is gone. Your children is gone. Bro, you are going to run. They are shooting there, you remove your police clothes and throw inside the bush. Because the country itself is not serious. So from corruption to accountability, that's, to me, I feel like those are the two things. Those are the two anchors that holds it in. If they can work on that, oh God.
When we talk about corruption is a very deeply entrenched issue in Nigeria. It begins from the lowest. It begins from classroom, where a parent comes, bribes the teacher, pass my. Corruption is just everywhere, even in the church.
There's a corruption that we can close our eye and say normally. You understand?
You know?
But we should not do corruption in people's life.
Like,
That is the worst kind of corruption. See, there are two places that you should never carry your corruption to: hospital, doctors, nurses. Don't take your corruption there. Secondly, military. Don't ever try your corruption there. The third one is judiciary. Keep your corruption afar from those three places.
So there are measures that I've known for a long time. At least in my time when I wrote JAM, the first JAM I ever wrote, I cheated. I did exam malpractice. Even the invigilator, we gave him 1,000 naira or so, in order to be able to use our expo and all of that. But I think from that time, I had known for a fact that when it comes to medicine and surgery,
Yeah.
there is no expo. There's no, and I believe it's still the same until now. But do you know that there's a possibility that even within that system, like in the faculty of medicine, there could still be 1, 2, 3, 4 corrupt
chances are
individuals. Normally, it's part of the working. It's part of what makes the working system to work. There are people who would always be on the opposite ends, who would do what everybody else would not do. Even in America, it's just normal.
So, Dra, do you have any final words before we pull the curtain?
Final words. Final words is that my prayers are always with Nigeria, and I'm very deeply patriotic to Nigeria. I'm not one who would, at any point in time, wish for the disintegration of Nigeria for any reason, because I believe in Project Nigeria. I believe that Nigeria would get better. I just wish that whatever it is that the government would have to do to stem the insecurity, they could do it, because at the end of the day, Nigerians are very happy people, very hopeful people, but also very critical people, because in all of this, if you go on social media right now, you're going to see one. We are just waiting for the next big scandal. Chike scandal has died down. Everybody, they forgot insecurity. If another thing comes up now, then go, don't forget these pickings where they for bush. They'll forget it. They'll just move on. So it's not a bad thing in and of itself. It shows that Nigerians are happy. They are good spirited people and also very critical people. So yeah, I'm with you guys on that.
They will not be happy in bad things. So
we deserve accountability and all of that. And I can't say any other thing than I pray that Nigeria gets better.
All right, Kimberly, any last words for?
The last thing I'm going to say is, if you don't have food to eat, at least let us be sure that our life is okay. We are not threatened with anything. Now we can't even travel again. Small Kotako, you want to do, you're thinking 2 times, should I go? I mean, they will kidnap me for a road. See, a lot is happening. So let's just take this thing off and just do the right thing, vote the right person. That's my own.
All right, everybody. So, thank you very much for your time. It's been a very beautiful time with Kimberly and Andras Francois. And we're going to see you next time. Keep watching this page. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And peace out for now.